Welcome back. We're going to talk about your banner, your homepage banner. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm logged in, and what I want to look for is slider. And if I click slider, I'm going to see all the sliders that have been created up to this point, which, right now are just these two. Okay. So to create a new one, to add one, I just click add new. I give it the title or the text, when that title or text actually is what's going to show up in this box. So I'm going to do, Charlie's doing a video tutorial. Good enough. I'm going to go ahead and just save this. I can click save draft, just so I can save my work to this point. Now, what I need to do is add an image, correct? So what I can do is click set featured image. Now real quick, before I move along, I want to make sure I remember to say this because this happens on occasion. If we click screen options, you'll get a series of options that you can check or uncheck, just like I showed you in the first video when you logged in. So if you're following along at any point in this particular video, any other tutorial videos, where I'm talking about a section, a box, a block, or something, you're like, I don't see it, I'm missing it. First thing I recommend you to do is on that page is open this up and see if it's checked. So right now I'm going over the featured image. And let's say you log in or you check on this page and you're like, oh, I don't see it. Where's featured image box? Go ahead and do your screen options and make sure it's checked. And that goes for, like I said, anything, any kind of option at any time during these videos. You don't see something, open this drop down and see if you have it selected. Okay, so let's get back into it. Let's go ahead and do featured item, or excuse me, featured image. Click it. We're gonna get this dialog box. You can drag and drop something into here from your desktop, from your computer, or you can actually search through it in the media library. The media library has images, zip files, PDFs, Word documents, Excel, anything you pretty much can upload. So anytime you upload anything through the admin section of WordPress, your database stores it. And when your database stores it, you can actually find it in this listing. So I can actually go through here and maybe use a picture that we've already uploaded before. All right, and all I got to do is find the one I want, click this little show link. It's going to open up, it's going to give me all this information. It's got the size of it, when it was uploaded, the title of the image, some other information, the alignment, and I'll cover these things in some other areas, but just to give you a bunch of options and things you can work with. If you happen to go this route, if you want to use a picture you've already uploaded and you want to insert it somewhere using the featured image box, you use as featured image. See this link? Use as featured image. And so if I click this, now we see over here on the right it's populated. But this one won't work because this image is just too small. So if actually let me show you, just so you can see that we need to work with pictures that are the proper size. So I've actually published this, and if I refresh this, look at it. It looks really awful. Okay, because now it's putting that picture, it's forcing it in there. So I'm going to come back, I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to grab one, see if we can find a good one that's out of your gallery. So I'm going to go from computer, I'm going to do select files. What do I got here? That's a pretty large one. I'm going to go ahead and use this one, but while we're at it, I just want to make a quick note. Large images like this, 25, the more you upload, the slower your pages load, and your server starts bogging down and your pages just don't work as well. A couple here and there are probably okay, but if you start uploading a lot of images that are 25, 100 pixels in length, you're going to have issues. Like I said, a couple, no biggie. Rule of thumb is I wouldn't upload anything that is wider than 1200. So this is 25, it's kind of double that, but that's just a rule of thumb. But for now, we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and open this. Wait for it to compress it, basically optimize it for the web. All right, if we scroll down, now this looks just like the information that I showed you a minute ago when we went to the media library and looked at an image that we were checking out. So what do we want to do? We want to do use as featured image. We'll see it's on the right, it's populated. If I update, and if I come back to the home page and refresh, I should now see this picture here. Now, really, really important is with images, and people have a hard time with this and stuff, we're working with what's called landscape. This is, you know, a rectangle. And what happens is it compresses, it auto crops, it formats it to fit perfectly in this square. There will be times where a portion of this picture gets cropped out that you don't want to have cropped out. That's just the nature of it. That's just coding. That's just math. That's just how it is. If that happens, then what you're going to want to do is size it to the exact dimensions, or decrease the size, or work with the image a little bit to make sure that when it crops or when you insert it, that it fits and looks much better in this gallery. It's not a problem with how we're coding. It's not how we're doing it. It's just basic math. It's 101. It's basically cropping it down, and it's going to crop it down to fit. Same thing if you're doing a portrait picture. So like, you know, a vertical picture, trying to cram that into this horizontal picture obviously is going to have issues. So think about that when you're uploading your images. Okay, so now we got this in here. Excuse me. One last thing is, okay, well, maybe you don't want this video or this picture you just uploaded first. Maybe you want it last. So how can we order when these banners actually show up? When we hit the next button, which one comes next? How can we do that? Real easy. What we do is, when we're making the page, is give it a number that it's ordered, and we can find that over here on the right under the attributes section. So we'll see the order. It starts at 0. So this is actually the first image. This is everything you need to make your event unforgettable. So if I refresh, I'll see that one's first, then the banner test, and then the one. Alright, why is the other one? Oh, let's see what we got going on. Why is the other picture not showing here? Let's see what we got. What's going on? Give me a second. Let me see what I did wrong. Okay, I'm back. Just some weird anomaly. I'm not sure why that happened, but I deleted it out. We now have our third image in there, as you can see. Anyways, back to where we were. So basically, what we want to do is order this. So this one's actually last, number 2, because it starts at 0. So the first banner is 0, which is this one. This is a banner test is 1, and here's a new banner is 2. So as you create these banners, if you want to keep the order or to control the order, what you need to do is update the number that's sitting right here. If you don't care, if you create them and they show up as they show up, then it doesn't really matter too much. However, if you want to have them specifically be arranged how you want them, third, fourth, last, whatever, you need to have that represented here, whether it's 0 or 1 or 2. That's going to take care of that. Alright, that'll do it for this one.